The following video was recorded in the kitchen and has been analyzed by many experts in the paranormal field. Every single one of them says that the clip is a real haunting, so you can't really argue with that statistic. The man who owned the house was watching television in the living room when he heard someone or something pottering around the kitchen. He was completely certain that nobody else was in the house, so in a state of confusion, he went to investigate when this happened.
Keep hearing these noises. Let's check it out. Whoa. Whoa. Good, turn this light on so I can see. Whoa, that's crazy. Don't know what that is. See if it does it again.
As well as the clear ghost orbs floating around the room, actual things were happening. Strangely, the kitchen cabinets opened and closed repeatedly, as if a person was controlling them, but it was beyond evident that there was not a human causing this. That left only one possible solution, and it was a poltergeist in the house to which the man cannot trick his mind into believing. So he has decided to tick this off as a one-off incident, not to be taken too seriously. On September the 23rd of 2015, a video was uploaded to YouTube that would frighten a large majority of its viewers. It was filmed and uploaded by a man called Adam, and bear in mind that before this video was posted, he had never fallen victim to paranormal incidents before. Adam was on the toilet doing his business while scrolling on TikTok when he suddenly snapped out of the doom scroll to the noise of two people having a discussion in his kitchen. No one else was home at the time, making things really creepy for him, so he quickly finished up what he was doing and went to have a look. This is what he was able to find.
Hello? Oh shit. Shit. What the f is this shit? No. Where? No. Where? I'm off. Yeah.
Instead of his two family members coming home early, Adam walked into a room of utter chaos. All sorts of items fell to the ground, and the levels of paranormal activity must have been very high for this to happen. Weaker ghosts become tired after one or two movements, but this one moved at least 4 items, meaning it was either very powerful or there were several. Whichever one of these outcomes is the truth is just as terrifying for Adam and his family though, of which I strongly advise they take action. It was just shy of 2 o'clock in the morning, and Brenton Tom had been woken up by some mysterious sounds coming from outside of his room. These sounds were unidentifiable for him, and no matter how closely he listened or squinted into the doorway, he just couldn't work out what it was. In case something bad was about to happen in the outcome of this, Brenton made sure to take out his mobile phone to record the situation, and he was very lucky that he did. because he was able to capture this clip.
Alright, it's me, Brenton, as you can tell. Is the lighting good? I can't tell. Anywho, I'm making this video because I heard some noises before, and we were kind of talking about ghosts and stuff. So I was gonna see if I can, like, you know, capture some stuff, because it's kind of spooked. I feel a little safer with the camera going, you know, even though whatever. But here, let me show you really quick. Alright, so I heard the noise over there. That's the cabinet that I took those photos of. As you can see, the time right now is, let's focus for a second, there we go, 1:48 in the morning, almost 2, and wait, hear that? Here's something. What is that? Noise. Footsteps. Kind of spooked. Oh, that right there, that's just my shadow. That's me right there, so no worries there. What the hell is that?
When Brenton started the recording, the thuds did not stop, which actually went against his predictions that they would when a camera came out. Towards the end of the video, an even stranger thing than some sounds happened to him though. Somehow, the door to his cabinet opened on its own accord, and it was evident that no visible forces were interacting with it. Brenton also felt a cold and spine-tingling feeling run down his chest during this incident, leading me to further believe that this series of events was caused by a being that isn't from our realm, a spiritual being. When somebody realizes that their house is haunted, they tend to contact some form of ghost hunter or expert who can aid them in getting rid of, or at least coping with the spirit. However, there is a huge negative to this, and that is that most of the hunters out there require a file of evidence in order to proceed with the task. The average requirement is roughly 3 clips, but if one is top-notch, then they will usually let a client off, but charge higher. This is because they do not want to waste their time with fake ghosts. The man in our next clip had been haunted for a while, so decided to record for 5-minute intervals at random points of the day, and this time, when he decided to do it, something actually followed. Take a look.
Someone in the door. Wait, whoa. Cough. Cough. Hey! Cough. Oh,
The cutlery was formed in some form of odd pattern that after analysis from experts could be interpreted in evil ways. It took the form of a supposed symbol that represented Satanism, but I don't know to what extent this is truthful. What I do know is that the fact these items were perfectly balanced alone must have been way too hard for a human to do, which acts as further evidence that it was done by a ghost. Fortunately, the ghost hunter also accepted this as liable evidence and is set to visit them in a week's time, so I wish the family the best of luck in dealing with this ghost. Liv and her boyfriend Jacob have been in a predicament for a long time regarding their haunting because they have no idea what to do about it. Roughly 2 months ago, Liv noticed the first ever weird thing happen inside of their house, which was a sofa moving an inch without any of them touching it, and since then, the events have carried on coming. Liv decided to start documenting the incidents through TikTok so that people could be made aware of what they were going through, and it gets decent views with the upcoming clip being one of the posts on the account. Here it is.
There's no one, literally no one. There's no one out here.
Out of nowhere, sounds started coming from the other side of the door, and it opened on its own accord. Liv's boyfriend, Jacob, was not home during this instance because he was out at a party and left her to take care of the house. In order to prove to her viewers that it was real, she went to the door and searched the adjacent room, but it was no surprise that nothing was on the other side. Hopefully, the couple find a solution to the whole situation that does not involve money, because that is the main reason that they can't get the place purified. Losing a loved one is a horrible feeling that I am lucky enough to not have felt yet. The woman in the following video was a mother of 2, but unfortunately divorced her husband for reasons that have not been disclosed publicly. After the divorce, her husband went on to live a single life, but she was different and quickly found a replacement, becoming the stepfather of the kids, and they both loved him as if he was blood. As if the world was against the woman though, her new love of her life passed away just 3 months after they got together, but he was not gone forever, and this video proved that.
Is that you, Bill? Yes? No? Bill?
Can you get closer?
Is that you? Baby, is that you? Turn it on and off again. Bill? Is that you coming through there? I love you. Come back on. There you go. Bill? Maxie? Are you together? Yes? Come back on. Once for yes, Bill. Yes? Is Max with you? Once, yes? Where's Maxie? With you? Bill? Are you there? Turn it off again. Bill? Is Max with you? Are you gone? Found something you can get up, come on and off with, huh?
It was no coincidence that the light kept changing after questions were asked, which meant that this could not have been an electrical issue and was in fact much deeper. If the stepfather's goal was to make his girlfriend more at ease and content, it failed because she was really frightened at the idea of a ghost being inside of her house. And being honest, can you really blame her? Early on a Sunday morning in Santa Cruz, two people were in the car, driving home from a concert. The time was exactly 12:30 a.m., and they had a spectacular time at the concert singing along to every single line from the artist. However, they had no clue what was coming for them. During the ride home, they couldn't stop discussing the concert and their favorite parts, which meant that the sadness of not being there anymore was starting to kick in. Something was about to make their mood go even lower though, and it was something that they caught in the right mirror here.
Feels our time to like go and hang out. Yeah, I'm not even on the gas right now. So yeah.
Gravity. You live at 35, you're fucking high, whoever put that. You okay? Someone was in the middle of the fucking road.
Yeah, I'm not even on the gas right now.
It's all coasting, it's all
Yeah.
gravity. You live at 35, you're fucking high, whoever put that. You okay? Someone was in the middle of the fucking road. Oh shit. You okay? You're okay. You're okay. Breathe, baby. Breathe, 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 breathe. Breathe, 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 breathe.
Out of nowhere, a man could be seen walking across the highway, and they were not visible until the car was right next to him, almost as if he just appeared out of thin air. The person was disturbingly close to the vehicle, and the family were extremely lucky that they didn't crash from pure shock, because I know a lot of people who would. The Midwest Ghost Hunter is a man braver than everybody watching this video, combined because he goes to haunted locations all across the Midwest regions of America for his money. The craziest part is that he doesn't even get paid much from this professionalism, and would probably get more money in the bank account working a 9 to 5. Regardless of how much money the Midwest Ghost Hunter makes, you have to see him as a brave man, though, and this clip is a perfect showcase of exactly why this is the case. Have a look.
Oh my god. There are literal bodies in here. That is terrifying. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're fake. Better make sure, just to be safe. Yeah, that's plastic. That is still unbelievably creepy. This must be the makeshift morgue. The morgue where they stacked bodies. Right here. It was right along this wall. Are there any spirits of those who were kept down here? I'll go and do some photography. What is that? Floating right there. Dude, that was a straight up shadow. It was just behind that door. Oh god. Who's over here? There's nothing here now. Oh my gosh. There's a little shadow floating right in this doorway. It's like a shadowy blob floating in midair. Oh God, I think I know exactly what it is. It's that freaking creeper. Oh God. I was out here. Where'd you go, creeper? You shadowy entity thing? Oh, dude, I caught it again. It's down the frickin' hole. It's floating in midair. Oh my God. You can see it. It's on one side, and then the next one, it's on the other side. Dude, this thing is bolting around everywhere. What are you? Are you a human entity? You definitely don't seem human.
The Midwest ghost hunter was taking pictures of the scene because he liked photo evidence for his video thumbnails when all of a sudden he noticed a shadow blob moving around. He believed that the blob represented a ghost, and it was not a silly thing to make of it. It was very much surreal. If you enjoyed this clip from the Midwest Ghost Hunter, be sure to subscribe so you get to see his clips in future videos. The following video took place in the house of Marcus at 2 a.m., and this house was brand new. Marcus started a business roughly 1 year ago, and he was finally starting to reach a level of success that earned more than the average person at his young age of 22. With this money, he decided to move into his first house alone, but little did he know what was going to come with this. He knew that it came with a lot of responsibilities regarding the upkeep of the property, but not many people have to experience the extra task that he does. This was the first weird thing that ever happened in the property, and it was not reported as haunted before he had bought it. Marcus was very confused as to how the floorboards were able to tear themselves out of the ground, and it was almost as if somebody or something was living underneath them. Upon further inspection, though, the underneath of them was empty. Marcus is in context with many experts in the paranormal field, strongly believing that it is related to that but is yet to find a logical answer. Although it is a very rare feature to have within a household, some televisions actually come with built-in dash cams to record action happening within the place. The main use of these cameras is so that if thieves come into the property and decide to rob the TV, which is a high-value item, they are caught on camera and potentially trackable when they reach their end destination with the item. This is exactly why Luther McGill, the man in the next clip, decided he wanted one of these television cameras, but he had no idea what it would actually be used for, and it had zero correlation to actual crime.
When you're done, due dates, none. Late fees, non-existent.
I have access to every single game I could possibly imagine.
Go to Gamefly.com now. Click the joystick in the top right corner. Enter Soldier in the box and get started with a free extended trial. And remember, you can cancel at any time. Product shown rated E through F. Gamefly also offers gift certificates for the gamer in your life. Save up to 20%. I love Gamefly. You can't save with Progressive. 5 people gas. We'll build your tank for you. You're so kind. Thank you. saving for the people that look into this and sound great. Same thing at Floorboard. Now that's progressive. It's what days of velocity gets sent on great TV. Wish you would believe large line classics on the chart. My God. Indeed, firm. It's refurbished. Price what you want to purchase shots. It's a trick of price for celebrity. I like to bring you surprises.
Don't miss the 12 days of Velocity. 12 days of your favorite Velocity shows, starting December 22nd.
Whilst he was doing something as simple as watching his TV and trying to remember his friend's number, a cold and chilling feeling coated the room as if something else had entered it. Shortly after this feeling surrounded Luther, the cupboard behind him opened and launched out a bag of food without any physical force acting upon it. All I'm saying is that if this was a natural force, it would have needed to come from inside the cupboard, and it didn't seem like anything was in there. Definitely the act of a poltergeist. Lucas and Marissa were well aware that their house was haunted, even going back to when they bought it, and they followed through with the purchase because a ghost being present was worth the huge price drop. The actual market value of the house was $200,000, but they were able to get it for half of that, making it a bargain. At first, Marissa was adamant that she didn't want to move into this place, despite the good price, but Lucas was able to slowly convince her otherwise, until eventually, the house was under their name. Weeks went by without anything out of the ordinary happening, but then it started. Everyday items would move, sounds would echo, and mysterious things would happen around the house, and it was obvious that nothing was natural. Take this as an example.
What the
Strangely, the fork on the plate started moving, and it was very obvious that nothing visible was interacting with it. Lucas didn't show much fear here because of how used to hauntings he had become over the recent time period, but that doesn't mean this didn't affect him whatsoever. He has been negotiating with ghost hunters to come and banish the spirit from the house, in hopes to drive the price of it back up again. If the couple manage to get rid of the poltergeist haunting it, then they can get a good profit from the property, and all the pain would be worth it. Balloons are supposed to fly as high as they can, and that is their primary function, but when they start changing direction and moving uncontrollably, without any presence of wind, is when things begin to get strange. In the following video, Michael was fast asleep late at night, but a certain spirit had other ideas related to something other than sleep. It started making weird noises that woke Michael up and forced him to come downstairs and investigate. He assumed that either somebody had broken into the house or there was a squatter, and none of those options were as frightening as what he actually had to face.
Okay, so I woke up hearing these weird noises this morning. And look, what the hell is going on? The windows are closed. This is freaking me the hell out. Nothing else is moving. Look at this. Why is this moving? Holy crap. Nobody's touching this thing. It's just creeping me the hell out. Why is this moving?
The balloons were there because Michael and his wife invited her whole family around for tea after her aging father survived a disease of which it looked like would end his life. The party was incredible, and everyone had the time of their life. But when the guests cleared and his wife went to stay with her father, Michael instantly felt weird about things. It was almost like he predicted it. Somehow the balloons were acting against physics and should not have been doing what they were, and he had no clue what to do about it, so did nothing, and he or his relatives have never come across something of the sort since. In 2002, the mother of Mabel lost her father to old age, and at the time, it hit her really deep. Her father meant the absolute world to her, and to be forced into a life without him felt cruel and unfair. Of course it wasn't, and people unfortunately come and go, but eventually, she was able to move on with life. Fast forward 20 or so years, and she is now a mother of a child called Mabel, and her husband is just as good a father to their child as the father to her. However, her father wasn't as gone as either of them might have initially thought.
Okay, who is it?
Daddy. Daddy's right there.
Is it your daddy?
No, it's your daddy.
Is where?
Daddy's right there.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay, show me.
See?
Oh.
Your daddy's missing you.
My daddy's missing me? Okay.
That's your him.
Let's go get him. Where'd he go?
In him.
Okay, show me.
Innocent as ever, Mabel guides her mother down the hallway and explains that her father is there, to which nobody can be seen on the other end. The weirdest part of all of this isn't even the claims of the child, though. It's the fact that the 2-year-old has never met her grandfather, so she should have no idea what his appearance is. This means that the only way Mabel could know this information is the father telling her, which made this story very, very believable for her mother, to the extent she wanted to find more evidence. This is when she decided to expose her daughter to an image of her grandfather to see if the face was truly recognized, and this was the result.
Yes?
Yes, it looks like that.
Daddy. Daddy. Daddy.
Yeah? And Mabel, what does your ghost do?
No.
What did you say he gave you?
Heart.
A heart?
Daddy. Daddy.
Uh-huh.
Daddy.
Yeah?
Don't see me.
What sees you? The ghost? What are you talking about?
Come on.
Oh! The dryer scared me, and you already freaked me out.
Unsurprisingly, the daughter knew exactly who it was, but referred to them as Daddy instead of Granddad, which is the only piece of information that non-believers jump onto in this case. The truth is that the incident is way too coincidental to have been fake, leading me to believe that she truly saw the spirit of her mother's dad. The dinner table is supposed to be a place of joy and peace, but in the house of the Adams, it has recently become the opposite. Every night whilst they eat as a family, they notice all sorts of weird things happening, or the man of the house decided to place a monitor there to track movement. Most of the time that something happened, the monitor went off, so it was pretty obvious that something was there. The true power of that something was unknown though. Take a look. The cat balls started flashing as if something had moved them, and there was more than enough evidence towards this being legitimate. He went as far as recording the balls again in a regular situation to showcase how they worked, and despite tapping the table rather aggressively, they were not triggered, so the ghost must have been close to them. Unfortunately, why? This was the only piece of evidence that the family had towards the ghost, and needed one more to get a hunter to eradicate the spirit. This is when the man tried to aggravate it to get it to do something.
You touching her foot and freaking the dog out. Please stop it. Oh no, stop it. I'm telling you, no please anymore. We said please. Now it's stop it. I got chills. Show yourself. Show yourself in this mirror. I heard that they can see you in this mirror. If I film in this mirror, you get all that crap you're doing, that noise you're making, you have your chance right now to make some noise, unless you're gonna be a little... Whatever happened to you when you were alive and somebody killed you or whatever, that's not my fault. It's not her fault. Leave us alone, please. Leave us alone. Show yourself. This is hard to do. But it has to be done. I have to do this. You're not welcome here. This is our apartment. Leave us the alone. You. I just feel something. Oh, it feels like static. I can feel you behind me, so I'm glad you're hearing this. I got goosebumps. Oh my God. Leave us alone. Show yourself in this mirror. Right now. Don't be a bitch. Don't be a punk. Do something. Do something to let us know you're there. Don't just wait for us to let our guard down at 3 in the morning. If you're going to do something, do it now. Do it now. Whatever you're going to do. Don't wait until 3 in the morning to do it. Do it now while I'm alert, while I can fight back. Don't fucking be a little bitch like you've been being. This is our apartment. I feel somebody behind me. This is our apartment. Not yours. I don't care what happened to you here or on this land. Leave us alone. Show yourself in this mirror. I dare you. Show yourself. Reveal yourself. Don't be a little... Sorry for the language. But don't be a little... Show yourself. Show yourself now. Don't be a coward. And leave us alone at night. Leave us alone. This is the only chance I'm giving you to do something. If you want to do something to me, do it now. And don't do anything to her, ever. If you want to do something, do it now. You do not have you do not have permission to possess me, though. Or oppress me, whatever you want to call it. You have no permission to do that. Show yourself. Show yourself. Don't be a... Don't be a... Which is what you've been... Little coward. Show yourself in this mirror right now. She's in the shower right now. When she comes out, leave her alone. I can't even talk. You're taking everything out of me right now. I can feel it. You're draining me. She's in the shower now. When she comes out, leave her alone. Leave her alone now. Leave her alone when she's sleeping. Leave me alone. After this, leave me the alone. I'm gonna have a heart attack. My heart is killing me. It's pounding out of my chest. Show yourself. Don't be a coward. Do something. Do something. Don't be a coward. Literally, my heart is pounding out of my chest. I can feel them in here. Fucking shaking. Don't be a coward. Do it. Show yourself. Do something. Oh my God.
As expected, it retaliated like a human would. The man chose a smart method in insulting the spirit here, so like and subscribe to pay your respects. The following video took place during mid-2022 and was a part of a large ghost hunt. A man called Ellis, alongside his partner Sylvia, were both fond of exploring haunted territory, and they often came across some interesting stuff. I chose this clip because of the importance of the location. The building was on the same street as the graveyard in which the father of Ellis had been buried after unfortunately passing away. Sylvia had always wanted to visit the place, but of course, since Ellis had his dead father nearby, he was not so keen, but she managed to convince him. This is a clip from their adventure.
¿Y qué puedo hacer? ¿No puedo abrir la puerta? ¿Sí la pude abrir, mira? ¿Sí? ¿Sí la pude abrir, amigos? ¿Será? ¿Sí la pude abrir, amigos? ¿Me meteré? ¿No va? ¿Para qué va? Porque no va a ser que me regañen, va. Vamos a ver si nos podemos meter, amigos. Vamos a ver si nos podemos meter. ¿Hay alguien aquí adentro? ¡Uy! Cerraron la puerta, cerraron la puerta, cerraron la puerta, cerraron la puerta, cerraron la puerta. No me meto, madre. No me meto, no me meto.
Ay, me asustó la pinche pulsa.
Amigos, cerraron la puerta, amigos, cerraron la puerta. ¿Quién eres? ¿Quién eres? ¿Quién eres? Se miró bien clarito, amigos. Como que alguien está aquí adentro. ¿Hay alguien ahí? Uy, Gary. ¡Mira, se volvió a abrir la puerta, Gary! Se volvió a abrir la puerta, ¿lo viste? ¿Hay alguien?
¿Alguien para acá?
Sí caminó alguien, sí caminó alguien, sí caminó alguien, sí caminó alguien.
Una sombra blanca, ¿no?
¿Hay alguien aquí? ¿Qué es? Mira. ¿Lo viste? ¿Quieres que me meta? ¿Quieres que me meta? ¿Dónde estás? Me voy a meter. Me voy a meter. No me meto, no, ¿qué me voy a metiendo? ¿Qué me voy a andar metiendo?
Es que no te debes de meter adentro de la capilla.
Alguien está adentro, Clary. Alguien está adentro. Mira, ¿viste que se abrió y se cerró? ¿Quién eres?
They heard a lot of noises from the inside of this room, and that is what prompted Ellis to start recording the situation. When his phone came out, the haunting stopped for a brief moment, and he was actually ready to end the recording. But fortunately, the paranormal levels spiked again, and he gained his evidence of the situation, and more importantly, content. After capturing this, Ellis thought that he had gained enough content from the building and prompted Sylvia to head home with him. Beforehand, though, he wanted to visit the local graveyard to give his father a visit. But little did he know that this graveyard also had high paranormal activity rates.
Vamos para acá. Yo sé que te encuentras aquí. Vamos, amigo, aquí entras compartida. Vamos a poner el Spirit Box, amigos, para ver dónde está esa mujer. Gracias, Adrián Pozos. Uy, uy, que se cayó algo aquí. ¿Quién está aquí? Ay, Dios. Ay, Dios. ¿Hola? Uy, 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 alguien venía, no manches. ¿Quién se encuentra en este lugar? John Herrán. Gracias, Mata. Uy. Ay, Dios, se movió el vaso. Ay. Si estás aquí, manifiéstate, quiero verte. Quiero saber quién eres. Quiero que te manifiestes, estás aquí en este lugar. Ay, abajo se miró algo. Ay, abajo se miró algo, amigos. ¿Quién está hablando? No manches. ¿Estás aquí? Uy. ¿Estás aquí? ¿Aquí te encuentras? Vamos a poner Spirit Box, amigos. Vamos a poner Spirit Box. Bien.
The levels of paranoia were through the roof immediately after Ellis entered the graveyard, and he just had to take out his mobile camera again. This time he caught movements that were obviously not influenced by a visible force. Furthermore, it was not a windy night whatsoever, and was nowhere near windy enough to move objects. Paired with what he had seen in the building prior, Ellis was certain that this was a spirit, and assuming it was not his father, he left the site or as soon as he could. Lean loved being home alone, and he was not ashamed of the reasons why. Whilst he of course loved his wife to absolute pieces, something about being in the house all by himself was soothing to him, and nobody could change his mind. The lack of sound, the weight off from his shoulders, these were the times that he felt his most peaceful, but of course, spirits are not a fan of peace. In the video that you are about to be exposed to, Lean was relaxing in his bed, whilst no one else was in the household. He was content as ever, and was scrolling Instagram reels, but unfortunately, this peace had to come to an end. Have a watch.
Son 2:15 de la mañana. Estaba por contar que pasó una sombra caminando, sentí una presencia que pasó para el baño. Pasó una sombra para el baño, no sé si ir a revisar, se están cayendo las cosas acá. No sé si... Entró acá al baño, lo vi caminar, pero traspasó la puerta, es increíble. Muchos me dicen que grabe el espejo, pero no hay nada. No sé. Estoy grabando. Risa. ¿Qué es adentro? Es adentro. Nada acá. No sé. acá se caen las cosas, ¿no? Ya no sé. Acá. No sé qué hacer, no. Se me está viendo opaco el celular. Se me está quedando como. Sin batería celular. No puedo grabar con. La concha de su madre. No puedo prender. No puedo prender el cel. No me deja prender el flash acá.
Things knocking over led him to his bathroom, where all sorts of objects were acting out of the ordinary. At the time, Lean was beyond confused, but happy to be capturing it on video, so that social media could help him out. The audience made him aware that it was a spirit that he was dealing with, and there was no other logical explanation to the situation, so he mindlessly followed their verdict, calling an exorcist to come and cleanse the area. The waiting time ended up being over 3 days, which was ridiculous in the eyes of Lean, but if he was asked to wait, then he didn't really have a choice. He was forced to put up with this poltergeist for another 72 hours at a minimum, and one more clip from his house surfaced during this time period.
Acabo de escuchar ruidos que vienen desde acá. Ahí lo acabo de grabar. No sé si lo grabé bien, pero se escuchó claro de acá. Amigos, abrí la caja musical. La concha, son. Y ese hijo de puta. No puedo prender flash. No puedo prender. Se prendió la casa. Se acaba de poner la caja musical de vuelta. Ahí pude prender flash. Se acaba de poner de vuelta la caja musical. La concha de su madre.
This time it happened in a storage extension room towards the side of his house, and things were far worse than the bathroom incident. This is because, as well as regular objects collapsing to the ground and taking an almost self-controlling state, the dancing doll started to spin, and we all know that anything doll-related coming across as haunted is on another level of spooky. It was due to this reason that Lean placed the dancing doll box into the trash and immediately took the bag to the skip, so he would never see it again. The exorcism also turned out to be a success. Lean loved being home alone, and he was not ashamed of the reasons why. Whilst he of course loved his wife to absolute pieces, something about being in the house all by himself was soothing to him, and nobody could change his mind. The lack of sound, the weight off from his shoulders, these were the times that he felt his most peaceful, but of course, spirits are not a fan of peace. In the video that you are about to be exposed to, Lean was relaxing in his bed, whilst no one else was in the household. He was content as ever, and was scrolling Instagram reels, but unfortunately, this peace had to come to an end. Have a watch. Things knocking over led him to his bathroom, where all sorts of objects were acting out of the ordinary. At the time, Lean was beyond confused, but happy to be capturing it on video, so that social media could help him out. The audience made him aware that it was a spirit that he was dealing with, and there was no other logical explanation to the situation, so he mindlessly followed their verdict, calling an exorcist to come and cleanse the area. The waiting time ended up being over 3 days, which was ridiculous in the eyes of Lean, but if he was asked to wait, then he didn't really have a choice. He was forced to put up with this poltergeist for another 72 hours at a minimum, and one more clip from his house surfaced during this time period.
No, qué sensación fea, boludo. Pero sentí escalofrío. Yo sí, calor. No, mira cómo ha quedado, boludo. La concha de su madre. Allá está. ¿Silbido? Yo no me animo a ir allá atrás. Te juro que siento gente, mucha carga energética, pero mucha carga. No gano hasta de llorar, les juro. ¡Ah, la mierda!
This time it happened in a storage extension room towards the side of his house, and things were far worse than the bathroom incident. This is because, as well as regular objects collapsing to the ground and taking an almost self-controlling state, the dancing doll started to spin, and we all know that anything doll-related coming across as haunted is on another level of spooky. It was due to this reason that Lean placed the dancing doll box into the trash and immediately took the bag to the skip so he would never see it again. The exorcism also turned out to be a success. One of the rarest things that we manage to catch spirits doing is getting physical with their victims, and when this happens, it truly is terrifying. It's enough not being able to see something that is emotionally tormenting you, but when you can't see something that is physically handling you, that is on another level of horrifying. The upcoming clip mixed this horror with the prospect of the haunting happening to a child, which just added to the severity of it all. If you get triggered by children being involved in paranormal activity, then brace yourself. It seemed that the poltergeist gripped the child by the ankles and dragged him towards the door before he had full control again. The way the child glided across the floor made this impossible to stage. And trust me, I like to catch a fake ghost video, so the fact that I believe in this one says a lot. Poor child. When you receive a camera motion detected notification whilst everybody is in bed, it can mean one of two things. Either the cat is up to no good, or something bad is happening and you have to check it instantly. Deciding to presume the latter was the case, the husband of a family decided to open his camera app, and what he saw was shocking. At first, he believed that their daughter was messing with the lights at 12 a.m. and was ready to give her a telling off. But after being convinced by his wife to analyze the footage, he did, and they both found out something bizarre. If you zoom in, you will see a bright-looking face, shortly followed by a pair of legs that step forward and then appear to disappear. After questioning their daughter, she claimed that she was in bed by 12 in the morning and they believed her, considering they usually hear her when she opens her creaky door to leave the room. Chances are she couldn't have snuck out, meaning that this was on a high-odds stake of being a spirit. The Midwest Ghost Hunter is a name that you have probably heard come up on this channel before, if you're a regular, and this is because of how many spiritual clips he has actually been able to obtain. With the sheer amount of haunted places that he visits, he is bound to gather a lot of interesting content, and it was no different in the video that I am going to be showcasing some clips from to you. The place in question was an abandoned sanatorium, and unlike most high-production paranormal channels, he went into this place with absolutely no one. No camera crew, no experts, and most importantly, no friends. How did this go? Well, have a watch.
Hello? Is there anyone up here? I keep hearing strange sounds up here. Who's up here? I'm getting the creeps already. The sounds came from this side. Hello? Oh, okay, I'm hearing more noises. If that was you, could you make another sound? This is one of the rooms. One of the rooms I was hearing the noises. Are there any patients in here? Whisper somewhere in here. Hello? Who's in here with me? Could you tell me your name?
As you can see, it didn't take long for the ghost hunter to realize this was going to be a successful hunt, and that he certainly wasn't going to go ghostless for this entire journey, which has happened to him before in the past. This clip happened just 4 minutes after he entered the vicinity, which was very abrupt, and bear in mind, the first 4 minutes before this were full of sounds anyways, so the spirit was definitely trying to fulfill its role of scaring the man. Of course, being a professional ghost hunter, though he was nowhere near phased enough to abandon the mission, so continued to go. It was at the point that he started to use real equipment that the real juicy clips started to rise, though.
Oh, come on, Ian. Just go towards him. I'm coming towards you. Whoever or whatever's up here is giving me a creepy vibe. I wonder what would happen if I ran the spirit box right now. I think I'm gonna try it. Who's walking down this hallway? Doctor! It just said doctor! Doctor who? Say that one more time. The doorknob. Just grip that doorknob. Holy shit. Something gripped this doorknob. What the heck? I heard that. Did you just grip this doorknob? What the? Oh shit. I just felt like a force. It like pushed me to the side. I didn't feel anything, but it was like a force. It was like a force like pushing me this way, but I didn't feel anything touching me. That was so freaking bizarre.
After taking out the ghost box, some form of paranormal entity communications device, it said that the spirit in the hallway was a doctor, but this was not the concerning part. Shortly after this statement, it said no visitors, which indicated that the spirits were far from happy in his presence, and unfortunately, he did not hear it, which led to this final incident.
Man, they just keep coming. Oh, God. There's definitely somebody up here with me. spirit would haunt an attic in an old hospital. Something not good, right? What? Dude! Am I going crazy or did that just move? No fucking way! You see that? It was up against that wall. Those beams. Who moved this box? Thank you, whoever you are. How in the world do you explain that?
None of the clips so far had been physical movements, so it made a drastic change to the hunter when the box moved, because his analysis on the spirit's type would have shifted heavily. This is probably why he appeared to be frightened with such a huge reaction, because I assure you, with his experience, he was far from scared. A husband and wife had been dealing with some rough paranormal activity, and it had gotten to the point that they had to leave their house for a few days. As they were leave-puffing though, the husband turned around and caught a snapshot of a face in the window before it quickly vanished. They went back inside the house to record and see if anything was actually inside of it, or whether it was a concerning shadow, and this is what happened in the home. They heard noises in the room whilst their dog was barking, and this was too coincidental to not have been a paranormal presence. The husband tested his luck and logged onto the camera app to see if he could witness anything else, and the figure of a ghostly woman could be seen looming in the corner. They quickly took their children out of the house and left it for a weekend. We can only hope that the spirit is gone once they arrive back. Every Sunday without fail, Thomas, a man who despised his job, made the absolute most of his day off by tapping into his inner alcoholic. Him and some friends would always join a call on their devices and play all sorts of games together, such as Call of Duty and Fortnite, but whenever they got a kill, they had to have some alcohol. This gave Thomas a reasonable excuse as to why he saw something that he assumed to be paranormal, and he blamed it on the drunkenness. But due to capturing it on camera, we know that this was not the case.
It's a fucking Sunday, dude. Do it again, bitch. My God! Oh my God. Okay, that was... I mean, it's not worth the fact that you broke my glass, dude. That was like 1,500 points at Dave & Buster's. That's a feat. Dude, you have to do some extra shit. Let's do some examinations, bro. I'm tripping out actually pretty hard. I just kind of want to get up.
The poltergeist threw 2 glasses alongside a valuable item on the floor, and it is safe to say that Thomas was pretty annoyed by this sudden outburst. He came to the conclusion that the beer had led him to seeing this, but once he rewatched the footage a day later, he was truly spooked and uploaded it to YouTube. In the following video, a young boy called Ricky was doing some homework at his work desk when the most unexpected thing possible happened. He claimed that the cup beside his computer had moved on its own accord, and this is what beckoned him to start recording. If he hadn't captured this on film, then nobody would have believed him, but fortunately, he did, and we are lucky enough to be able to watch it. Before I show you the video though, if you have any paranormal clips, and would like me to break them down in a future video for you. Then send the footage to hauntedforofficial@gmail.com and give me the story of what happened. Have a look.
Right now I saw this cup just move and I got scared, man. I've seen strange things going on in my house, so maybe, I don't know what could happen, but... Whoa! Whoa! What's that? What was that? Oh, it's moving. Whoa. What's that, man? Oh, snap!
Strangely, the cup fell to the ground not once but twice, but many people have tried to debunk this event. Heaps of people claim that the cup could have easily had an attached string because the camera quality was so low, but no matter how far you zoom into it, this is not the case. It was pretty evident that no visible force acted upon Ricky's cup, meaning he must have encountered a ghost. Ricky has not suffered from anything similar since. Donna Ayers has been on the paranormal radar for quite some time now and has made appearances on some of the oldest videos on my channel. This is because her house is haunted, and whilst she is pretty certain that the culprit of all the hauntings is her passed-away husband, the events still instill fear into her nonetheless. The video that you are about to see took place in a planned attempt to capture the ghost in action, and it went pretty well for Donna.
Just doing a bit of the Ouija board and my key started moving, so I thought I'd just record it. It was just strange. I've had this before with the keys though, nothing new really. They moved just as I was putting the Ouija board on the table. There you go. Told you. And I don't really give a shit what you people think neither, because it's happening. Hello? Knock the keys off.
She wanted the spirit to move the keys after incentivizing it through the use of a Ouija board, and it listened. A spirit that listens to its victims is quite a rare occurrence, hence why Donna believed it came from her husband, followed by the fact the hauntings started shortly after he left the world. This is the only reason that Donna has not decided to banish the spirit, but it is seriously getting her close to considering it. Being a fireman is one of the most respected jobs in society, and this is because you are going out of your way to save people's lives. Day by day, these people are put into life-threatening situations to save others and do not get paid the amount that they should, considering they could die on the job, but they continue their good deeds nonetheless. The piece of footage that I am going to expose you to took place in the midst of a fire and was recorded by somebody who worked within the fire service. It is important to note that they were 100% certain that there was nobody in the building at the time, and there are no logical explanations for what happened.
Okay. I'm gonna try and walk in and see what it's like. It's pretty cool.
Oh, it's been down low.
You should see it right now. It's amazing. Look to the window. It's like exploding. Hold your breath and go look. Just make sure you can get out because it's pretty cute. It's pretty amazing inside there. Did you look in the doorway?
Yeah, flames are coming out.
No, better not be.
Graham Lowe better be out there. We're out. Oh, I'm in. Oh, I'm in. Yeah, hey, Graham, let him go get out.
It's getting out of hand right now. Hey, the water's dripping off the house is hot. Whoa. Whoa, you hear that? Gee whiz. It's like busting the glass out. Look at that. Gee, you hear it?
The fireman decided that he was going to investigate the building as his unit had only just arrived on scene and the fire was pretty strong. Little did he know that as he entered the building, some sort of shadow figure would peek out from behind the doorway before taking cover again. The worker told all of his colleagues about what he saw and even showcased the footage to them, which incentivized them to search the building a second time for any people. But again, nobody was found. This must have been a ghost. It was the day before Halloween, and two hikers set out on a long trip to a rural area in Scotland. That evening there was a storm due, but they had the gear that they needed, so were able to push on and not give up on their adventure. Eventually, they came across an old house that had been around since the 1800s. Due to the torrential conditions, they decided to enter this place to take cover from the oncoming storm, but little did they know the weather would be so bad that they would not be able to leave. Furthermore, they had no idea that there was a spirit present.
Found the bothy book. You put my glasses on now to find us a bat. So this is popular, quite popular bothy by the looks of it. Someone actually stayed last night. It was nice and tidy when we came in. So plaudits to whoever stayed here last night. Well done, absolutely spotless. Whoa. Hold on a minute. Whoa. Whoa. I'm out. I'm out of here. No. No.
Right, you can't see us here, but we just ran out of this room there. That was totally weird. The door just started to move on its own, and then it just pretty much slammed shut. I mean, Marty's out there,
It moved something in the room which put both of them on high alert, but the least they expected was for the door to move on its own accord. They tried to escape the facility, but to their disappointment, the wind was pushing against the door, which meant they could not close it. This was not a good situation.
I mean, I don't particularly believe in ghosts, and neither does Marty. No. So we're kind of thinking that it might have been just like the backdraft of the wind. I mean, there's a storm going on outside, so
yeah. But I still don't believe it was the wind, but it's the only when the wind's blowing that strong outside, and there's no it's the only rational explanation, even though I'm not even looking at that. No, I'm not looking at it. It's moving, right? I'm honest, I don't know where to go. I don't know where to go.
This can't be right.
I'm not. It's black in here as well. I can't see a thing.
So there's a chair over there, and it just started to move, which is
no way. I'm not even. No.
This is bonkers.
I'm not having any part of this.
That is moving. It is moving, that chair is moving.
Just leave it. Come out there.
Oh, Christ.
After this incident, the location had a blackout and all electricity stopped working. including the cameras. They both went to bed in nothing but fear that night and left first thing in the morning for obvious reasons. The following clips took place in an abandoned Japanese hotel that has had many reports regarding hauntings in the past. The hotel has become so famously known for its evil and disturbing nature that the owners needed a plan to keep getting customers, and so they turned its whole selling point into the fact it was haunted and raised the prices. This duo decided to visit the hotel for a YouTube video, and what they caught was expected, considering the environment but still spooky nonetheless. Take a look.
Oh, ちょっと待って。ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って。なんだ。お、ちょっと待って。ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って。何？え？音が。ちょっと。うわ。
The woman was locked in a room by Herschel for experimental purposes, and she heard a bang that happened for unknown causes. It switched to the man's POV, which confirmed nothing around could have made this sound happen, but that was not all.
で、その返答が返ってちょっと待って。どうした？どういうこと？ちょっと待ってね。開いたし、は？
鍵が。
震えようや。ちょっと、俺もは？どういうこと？わからん。どういうこと？震えようし。マジか。
SP をつけたまま。いや、なんかね。ちょっと怖い。
なんでどういうこと？状況説明して。
ちょっと怖い。ちょっと待って。
いやいや、落ち着いてからでいい。
こんばんは。今、こちらの部屋に誰かいますか？なんかね、音がするの。 誰かいたら反応をお願いします。ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って ちょっとやばい。何？ちょっと待って。ちょっと待って。ちょっと無理。あ、スピボが。ちょっと待って。なんで？鍵が開かない。どういうこと？マロー。やばい。ちょっと来て。ちょっと待って。なんで？開かない。鍵が開かん。どういうこと？マジでガチでやばい。どうしよう。スピードもつけたまんま。ちょっと待って。おかしいよね。なんで？どういうこと？やばい。マジで早く来て。なんで？開いた。鍵が。
フリーよ。焦ったなんかと思った。一旦落ち着こう。ちょっと待って。焦った。めっちゃ走った。いや、俺もさ。ちょっと待って。俺もジンバルがおかしくなったんよ。
ドンって音がしたんよ。大きい。
あれここやった？
多分分からん。こっちから聞こえて。
扉のとこ？
扉か分からんけど、そこ座っとったんよ。
はい。
で、大きい音がして、その前にも音はしよったんよね。
俺もドンって聞こえた。
で、ドンってもうやばいと思って、でちょうどスピードしよったんよね。で、やばいと思ってもう逃げてしまったんよ、私。
音で
びっくりして。
じゃあさっきの音だ。
じゃあもう鍵が閉まった。
俺すんなり開いた
鍵が閉まっちゃうんかわからん。鍵が閉まっちゃうかわからんけど、開かんかったの、これが。鍵をこうカチャカチャしよって。
なんで？
それでも開かんで。
俺来たらすんなり開いたよね。
ちょっとわからん。
All sorts of haunting things happened, and after all of this, they decided to make their way back home. The hotel lived up to its name of being extremely haunted with sounds and moving objects, so even the most brave of ghost hunters would not have coped. Each and every video at the moment includes a clip from Ian, also known as the Midwest Ghost Hunter. One of his more recent explorations came in a haunted manor that was local to him, and after a lot of research, he decided to give it a search. This adventure has conjured up countless amazing clips of haunted activity that we have explored, and the one here does not disappoint either. Have a look.
What else does he have in here? Anything in there? No? Oh, gross. What is that? What does it look like? Almost like fingernail clippings in there. Yeah, I'm definitely not touching those. What is that? Holy sh! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! What was that? What was that? It was the coat hanger! How do you explain that? Oh, I'm sorry, Hank. I didn't mean to disrespect you. I'll leave you alone if you want me to. Do you want me to leave? Okay. I'm leaving.
Ian entered the bedroom of one of the children in the manor, and he expected this place to be the least haunted in the building. To his dismay, though, it did not live up to his hypothesis. A clothing hanger launched itself out of a drawer onto the floor in front of Ian, and it jump-scared him, rather than straight up putting him into fear. This was a mysterious event, and he was lucky to have caught it on camera. The following video was captured by a man called Stephen, somebody with absolutely no ties to the paranormal. He did not believe nor interact with anything that linked to spiritual entities, so he is the last person that you would look at and expect to be in one of my videos. But of course, there is a first for everything. One day, Stephen was in his living room when he started to hear some mysterious noises ringing around his household. Immediately after hearing them, he started to film and went to investigate for the source of the sounds, and to his dismay, he caught this on camera.
I keep hearing weird noises and trying to figure out where it's coming from in the house. Oh my God.
When he came to the entrance to his kitchen, he realized that he had scanned the whole house and nobody was in there. Furthermore, the noises abruptly stopped, which was coincidental, considering it stopped just as he began to search. Right in front of him, a box slid from one side of his kitchen table to the other, and this freaked him out for obvious reasons. He had no clue how to advance after this and did not give us any future updates, meaning that the end to this spooky tale remains a mystery. Jackson loved his grandmother to pieces, and when she eventually passed away to cancer, he was deeply saddened. His grandmother was his best friend, and in order to make sure she was commemorated, to the full extent he volunteered to help his mother with everything, including clearing her household of items and working out what to do with them. This was meant to be a depressing but normal task, with no weird things happening other than the doom and gloom in their heads. But it did not take long for the grandmother's house to start showing signs of a poltergeist presence.
Yeah. It's quiet at the moment. You don't really see anything. What the hell was that? Gee, someone just moved it. Just did a bang. Jesus Christ. Look, you can see this is like... You can see there's nothing on it. God, it must have been heavy to be able to move that.
Strangely, the cross moved without any sort of probable cause, and it was clear that nothing visible had made this occur. Jackson's grandmother was a deeply religious woman, so it would have made sense for her to lead Jackson to the cross, and therefore show him that she was there at heart. But of course, there could be a far worse meaning. One thing that spirits enjoy playing with is the cross, especially evil ones, and this was a telltale sign that a demon could have infested the house. But hoping this was just a coincidence, Jackson and his mother continued their task.
God, that was scary. What the hell?
What's that?
Santa fell.
What did that fall on?
It fell from there.
What did it break?
Nothing's broken. It just fell from there. It was literally there. I don't want to put it back in case it drops again. It was just up there and it literally fell.
Shut up, stupid.
See, she don't believe me. Weird. Did you see that?
What?
The card just fell.
What card?
That one there.
No, I didn't see it fall.
Because you haven't been watching. So she just ignores it. She thinks there's nothing going on.
There's time to play about them later. This is supposed to be a party tonight.
Oh, I don't remember that moving.
Where's that?
Did you see that?
No.
Stupid games.
Stop it, Nathan. Stop.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing anything. I told you I'm not doing anything.
You're not funny.
No, I'm not funny.
Funny at all.
This time around, a Santa ornament from a few Christmas seasons ago fell to the ground with a loud thud and startled Jackson's mother. Unfortunately for Jackson, she thought that he was being silly or attempting to prank her, so he was not believed. That must have been a painful thing to endure. It is horrible not being listened to despite telling the truth, and the spirit unfortunately made Jackson so through that. Tim Saver was a security guard at the storage unit for large-scale companies, meaning some of the items stored in the facility had valuable assets that, if lost, would put him in grave trouble. This is why he took his job very seriously, and no matter how spooky or creepy something became, he would prevail, and he stuck to his word in the video that you are about to watch. Tim was working late at night and patrolling the storage units when all of a sudden, he heard a bang from one of the units. In case of an intruder, he approached the unit, which happened to be opened by a crack, and slowly entered. This is what happened.
I was hurt during this encounter. This is not the same entity. It's not her.
Please protect me, God. I guess we're doing this. Hello? Whoa. Hello?
Who's there? Hello?
Rather than a person being in there, the unit had some mannequins inside of it, and one of them slowly creeped forward, presumably to frighten Tim, but he was not quite fazed. However, in order to push him onto the edge of insanity, the spirit toppled the mannequin to the ground and threw glass everywhere, forcing him to run away and press his red button to bring the police in. After a search, they found nobody and nothing was missing. The event was labeled as paranormal, and the storage unit paid a small compensation fee to the owners of the unit that this occurred in. Elias Samael is a name that you will be more than familiar with if you are a regular on this channel, because his place of residence has been haunted for so long that he has lost count. He always seems to be uploading new videos to TikTok about hauntings he has come victim to gather as much evidence as possible. And the one that I will be exposing your eyes to shortly is no different. He was relaxing when all of a sudden he felt the need to record due to his body becoming cold, and this is what he managed to capture on his camera. Take a look.
Amigos, ¿qué tal? Estaba descansando un rato, pero oí un ruido y creo que se movió la tabla, porque escuché que se movía y vi y sí se movió. La verdad, no sé, como les comenté en uno de los comentarios o en uno de los videos también, y desde que le hice la oración del Salmo 91, perdón, ya miren eso, amigos, eso es lo que les digo en el video, que desde que le hice eso, creo que rompí el conjuro y tengo que apurarme a conseguir lo que necesito. Hasta que se está saliendo de control todo nuevamente. Madre mía. A eso me refiero, amigos.
Somehow, his whole Ouija board setup collapsed to the ground, as if someone or something had shoved it, and this terrified Elias, despite his long history in dealing with the spirit. He was now seriously deciding whether or not to take action upon the spirit and contact an expert to try and banish it, but the fear of angering it lingered even more in his head, and he was still convinced that he could live with it for longer. Subscribe for more updates on Elias. Mykolenko is a name that we have not come across in quite a while on this channel, and I will explain the reason why momentarily. Firstly though, I think I should reintroduce him for the new viewers on this channel. Mykolenko is a top-tier ghost hunter with a success rate in banishing ghosts that has never been seen before. He only accepts jobs that pay a ridiculous amount of money because he knows how high-profile his portfolio is, and the price sum of the ghost hunting job he was conducting in the following video was upwards of $2,000. Mykolenko took a short break from ghost hunting recently because he somehow failed a job and lost all of his self-esteem, but realizing that he was nothing without his passion, he came back with a bang, and here are the clips from the haunted house he was hunting in.
меня, блядь, не упал.
For some mysterious reason, the television was shaking aggressively, and after hearing it from the room adjacent, Michaelenko went to investigate. Whilst he was analyzing the situation, the television fell towards him, and what it revealed was shocking. It revealed a golden cross, which was surprisingly good news for the high-tier ghost hunter. It meant that the house still had some purity to it, and banishing the spirit would be fairly easy, but first he needed to gather more evidence of its presence. There was no better place to do this than the mine shaft below the house, where the person that the spirit used to embody, Andrei, was buried in his grave, and going there was a very good choice.
Здесь очень-очень холодно. Что такое? А, блин. Что это сейчас было, блядь? Андрей! Андрей, ты здесь?
Она ушла.
А где ты? Твоя могила здесь?
Да.
Michaelenko used a box that supposedly translated what the spirit was saying, and it was claiming to not be in the room with him. He continuously beckoned it to tell him if it could see the light, and eventually, after countless times of being asked, it said the word yes. It was at this point that the apparition of a young child that did not match 30-year-old Andrei's image to run across the camera, showing Michaelenko just how haunted this place really was. The cleansing of the house took place 2 weeks later, and Michaelenko was paid his $2,000 due to a success. This was fortunate due to how haunted the place really was. A paranormal surge is when the rate of paranormal activity goes from a number as low as 0 to a number as high as 100 on the scale of extremity. The video that you are going to see shortly took place during a paranormal surge that Francesco, the man behind the camera, was lucky enough to catch on camera. He was filming a house tour for his friends, who were wondering how suitable the place would be for a party to be hosted, when suddenly all of this craziness started to happen.
Tem alguém aí? Foi você, Branca? ¿Quién está ahí? ¡Uy! ¡Uy! Alexa, liga a luz do banheiro, Alexa.
Tudo bem.
Não pode ser. Ui! Quem tá aí? Oi!
From doors moving on their own accord to a shadow figure gliding across the doorway, it was clear that nothing that happened in this video was natural. After the recording, Francesco sent the footage to his friends in order to get their verdict, as well as posting it to social media, and everybody had the same reaction. Move the heck out. This is why Francesco and his girlfriend moved house 2 weeks later, and since then, nothing of the haunted sort has happened. Josh and Crystal were two siblings who went heavily against the stereotype of siblings arguing all of the time. They were both amazing to each other and realized the true power of having a sibling who could act as an ally rather than an enemy, ready to defend each other no matter what came their way. One evening, they purchased a hotel to stay in overnight whilst they waited for their flight to Switzerland. The family had all planned a holiday, and they were not about to say no to a European adventure. Little did they know, though, that during this hotel stay, something would happen that they would remember as a negative memory for the rest of time.
It's okay. I can see you. Come to me. Are you a little boy? It's okay. Come here. It's okay. I don't know if my eyes are playing tricks on me, but it looks like it's going like back and forth. You see a movie? See a movie? It's okay.
No, wait. Come back.
Where?
No, you come back. Go straight. Look straight towards me. No. Turn towards me like you were earlier. Put your back towards me.
Both siblings noticed a shadow in the doorway, and Crystal believed that it was a shadow of a little boy, hence why she was so open and friendly to it. Viewers did not think the same, though, and thought the shadow had no resemblance to a kid. That was until Crystal looked away and the shadow of a young child ran across the doorway. The reason for this is still unknown, but the siblings reported the video to hotel staff, who gave them 50% of their money back. And in my opinion, even that was not enough for what the siblings went through. Cody was home alone a lot of the time and had gotten used to looking after himself. His parents intentionally left him sometimes in order to raise him to be independent, and it definitely worked. The main reason that they allowed him to be alone so much, though, was because both of his parents loved holidays, and him being able to cater for himself meant that they could travel all across the world without worrying about their son. One half-term, both of the parents booked 3 days off from work to visit Greece and left Cody by himself. He was relaxing in his room on the first day when he heard a loud bang from outside and decided to investigate. What he managed to capture on camera that night was for certain the most horrifying and unsettling thing that he has ever laid his eyes upon.
Okay, so I was in my room, I just heard a loud ass bang, and I know I have to record this so someone can believe me. Hello? What the f? That's my sister's dog. What the f?
Cody made the correct decision to not open the door, because that would have been a silly way of letting a spirit into the house. Despite these precautions though, it was clear that an entity was already present within his four walls, and took it upon itself to create a mess. Kai Tanat is one of the biggest streamers on the entirety of the internet, and one thing that he is really good at is getting clips. People go as far as to say he goes out of his way to capture interesting clips, but in the one that I am about to show you, it looked very authentic. It took place all the way back in 2023, and Kai was doing one of his Twitch streams where he would sit down and entertain chat. Little did he know that he was not the only one who would entertain them in that stream. Have a look.
R.
Bro, come on, bro.
Strangely, the door behind Kai slowly opened, and it became clear that there was something or someone present. Kai, not used to things of this nature, looked visibly frightened and keen to leave the room, but he knew that he had to keep broadcasting in order to make more money from his chat. This event put a vivid memory into his mind that he will never forget, and nobody in the entire chat could identify a natural cause other than the paranormal world. Arya Saki going live was a usual occasion, and when she started a cooking stream one day, nobody batted an eye. For the weeks coming up to this stream, she allowed her viewers to vote on something that they wanted her to make, and when the decision was made and the stream went live, they all came pouring in to see if she could make it to perfection. At one point in the stream, the chat started asking her about paranormal activity, and how they got onto this topic is something I don't know. What happened next was very coincidental, considering this information though.
I'm actually not scared of stuff like that. For me, I need to like see it to believe it. So I don't really believe in like ghosts or any type of spiritual stuff. Doesn't mean I'm not afraid of the visuals though. I can't do scary movies or haunted houses. It's the shock factor that's scary for me. If they like pop out of nowhere, I cannot. But if I'm like just listening to it or like, you know, hearing a story on it, I'm like very unaffected.
The item on the counter started spinning as if a human had triggered it, but it was more than evident that no one or nothing was there. After the clip, Arya showed her viewers the entire surrounding of the item, and there were no strings attached whatsoever, confirming that this clip was real. Ever since then, she has never experienced anything similar, and hopes that it stays that way. In the following video, a group of 4 social media friends decided to call on Zoom for a Twitch stream. Their theory was that having more people present would allow for more engagement, and this ended up being correct, with the stream being one of the most successful ones on his page. However, the stream had a dark side of which frightened all 4 of them, even causing a 5th friend to join when it was put into the group chat. take a look.
People gotta go, and we gotta bring some people in. I understand what you're saying, though. The Nets is kind of a different thing. They blew everything up to bring in some superstars, but y'all already got R.J. Brunson. Y'all got Josh Hart. I think y'all need to build off of those two people and a couple of more pieces. I do like R.J. Barrett, but I don't know. It might be time for him to go as well. You never really know. So I say you just build off of those people. Was that a ghost? I never really know. So I say you just build off of those people. Was that a ghost?
I just personally... Oh, yo, Junebug, chill out.
Yo, that wasn't even a person.
Junebug, chill out. I ain't got time for this.
Yo, did we catch a ghost on stream?
Bro, stop.
No, stop it. Stop it. Run it back. I gotta run it back.
Hey, I didn't see it. I didn't see anything, man. I was looking.
I will turn on the lights. Stop playing, bro.
I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at it.
I'm gonna go look at it right now because this is what?
Oh, shit.
Bro.
What? Junebug, what happened?
That was not a person, bro.
Bro, chill out. What are y'all talking about? J-Rob, stop.
Hey, y'all chill out, man. Hold up, man. I ain't with this.
Bro, go watch it for yourself.
Run it back. Somebody run back the clip. Please, somebody run back this clip.
Oh, bro.
Somebody clip that.
Run it back at 5 minutes.
I don't know what y'all
Run it back at 5 minutes.
No, I'm gonna put the lights on, but
yeah, do that.
No.
Hey, Christy, bro, you ain't got no parent.
Somebody, please cut that back. Oh, somebody, please cut that back and clip it. Oh,
you ain't got no paranormal up in there, bro. Like, nah, but let's but nah, J-Rob.
Okay.
J-Rob, what was this?
What's up, y'all see? I'm not playing no more.
Nah, J-Rob, what? So you just agreed.
Some form of shadow figure was caught gliding across the screen of Chris, and there are not many things that could have been other than a ghost. Chris went as far as to search his room straight after the incident on the off chance that this was anything other than a poltergeist, but he saw nothing. After the stream, he came into contact with a ghost hunter who watched it, and they agreed a price to get him round to cleanse the house. I believe everything was fine after that, but we do not truly know. When you watch the news, you expect nothing too flashy, and nothing but real-world situations. On the odd occasion, though, some unorthodox things are caught on these programs, such as snowballs being thrown at presenters, or children desperately trying to be broadcast nationwide. There is one thing that I have not mentioned, though: cameos from our favorite beings on this channel, ghosts. The upcoming broadcast came from News Channel 13, and this is what it caught.
And as you can see behind me here, we have a few gravestones, but what you can't see because it's dark out, and as you can see behind me here, we
Similarly to the last clip, a shadow figure glided across the screen, but this time, it was in a location that I would describe as much more appropriate, a graveyard. You would expect to see haunted things conjured up in places like this, but the fact it happened on live television was crazy, and everybody was able to see a real ghost in action. Now we're moving off from the big live streaming platforms such as news broadcasts and Twitch. We are going to Facebook. The streamer who was able to capture the clip that I am about to expose you to is fairly small on the platform and has an average viewer base of around 50 viewers. This spiked heavily after the insane clip that changed his life for the bad happened. It was 11 o'clock at night and everybody was starting to get to sleep. Not this creature, though.
I'm fucking backed over and show y'all that the picture came from in the back of my yard. Let me see if I can flip this bitch around. That's the exact spot now. That's my backyard. I'm zooming in a little piece. This is the exact spot that I just. Hold on. This dog. What in the fuck?
It looked awfully close to Siren Head, and although we know it wasn't that due to it being a fictional character, it definitely holds the same amount of creepiness around it. The last thing that I would want to see after opening my back door is that thing running around, so it must have been horrible for the streamer who bravely recorded it. Thor H13 was an up-and-coming Twitch streamer who usually had no more than 15 people tuned into him at the same time. He would play all sorts of games with his favorite genre being horror by an absolute mile. In the stream in which the clip that I am about to show you emerged, he was playing a horror game as per usual when all of a sudden something unexplainable happened, and the clip was able to get him a lot of free traction. Take a look.
And I'm going to end it here, guys. Thank you for watching the stream. Make sure you hit that follow button if you're watching on YouTube, so apps. Hit that subscribe button, man. Check out the other games and videos that I make and whatnot. You know what I mean? Alright, guys. It's your big man, Thor H13. Sign out. Peace! That was a good game. I liked it. I liked it. We finished 2 chapters. Finished 2 chapters. Well, guys, if you have... What the f... The f was that? Did you guys see that? This shit just fell. The fuck? What the? Anyway.
Just as Thor H13 ended the stream, he was dismissed with a loud sound, and nobody has yet discovered any natural cause for it. The Thor plushie collapsed to the ground with an almighty thud that no simple plushie should have been able to generate. A spirit must have applied a large amount of force to make this happen, and this is why people are so certain of what it was. Since this event, the streamer in question has never experienced anything similar or of the sort, and all we can do is hope that it stays that way. So far in this video, all of the streamers have noticed that something strange has happened right away, but that is not the case for our next one. He was gaming for his large audience, and I mean large, because this is a high-tier streamer when something totally unexpected took place. It was so strange and so widely viewed that it caused a lot of speculation among the audience as to what actually caused it, with many referring to it as a publicity stunt to get people rolling into the stream. Me though, it looks pretty authentic, but I'll let you form your own opinions after watching it. Out of seemingly nowhere, the art piece in the background fell off from one of its hinges, and it has come to my attention that it was nailed in, making it extremely unlikely that it would just fall. Furthermore, we do not see the streamer make any sudden movements in sync with the art piece collapsing, making it confirmational that even if it was fake, he could not have triggered it. Due to these 2 factors, I pin this video out to be a real one. But how about you do some analysis and let me know what you think in the comments. In the following video, 4 very large and influential Twitch streamers gathered on a stream to discuss how they all made it to their famous status. But that was not all that happened. They had a very myriad amount of people watching the stream due to it being all of their audiences combined, and they made it to the topic of how luck plays a part in making it big online. Minx, one of the streamers in question, was emphasizing this point when the other girls realized that something peculiar went on in the background. Can you spot it too?
I'm going to be an influencer. It's like, it's such a gamble in this industry. That's one of the worst things.
Yeah.
You can be the most entertaining.
Oh my god,
like,
Minx. You're
Did
freaking...
your wheelchair just
Yeah,
move?
your wheelchair just
No,
moved
I
by
swear
itself.
on my life, it just moved.
It just moved by...
I didn't see
It's just
it.
like... Your wheelchair just moved by itself, Minx.
No, it did.
Yes, it did.
Yes, it did. I
did.
swear.
It did.
Somehow, the wheelchair behind Minx that belonged to one of her grandparents moved on its own accord, and the fact that Minx didn't even notice was pretty frightening. Both of her grandparents were alive and well, so it could not have been one of their spirits controlling the chair, rather one that had the sole intent of causing harm and chaos. In the aftermath of the incident, she decided that the next best step would be to put the wheelchair in the trash and purchase a new one for her grandparents. She was in a great financial situation, so it was the obvious fix. Unlike all of the other streamers whose paranormal experiences we have looked into, this next streamer was a regular when it came to experiencing poltergeist activity. He had a specific flat that he rented out just to stream inside of, and whenever he went over, he was ridiculed with paranormal activity. Streaming was his primary source of income, so no matter how much he wanted to relocate his streaming setup, he was unable to. Furthermore, all of the paranormal activity only increased both his viewership and his income, so he knew he had to persevere in order to have a better future. The clip I am about to show you came from one of the streams inside the flat, and actually tilted him so far that he never came back.
Here, and I'm honestly really shaken right now. I've talked to Jay. He knows what to do in case of an emergency. My parents know I'm here. Several friends in real life know I'm here. That's all I have to say right now. I'm gonna try and get into the gameplay. I tried to play the demo again, and it's gonna be fun. We got Dustin with the $2 holly, guys. Let's get a hashtag Dustin in the chat. Corona in the chat. Door. I'm gonna ACG with the dollar holla. We're gonna check it out, guys. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm completely numb right now. I'm completely numb. My mouth is numb, my face is numb, I can't feel my hands. There's noises behind me. I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. I tried. I'm sorry. I'm going home, guys. I'm ending my stream right here. Thank you guys for coming by. I'm sorry. This is a lot shorter than I thought it was gonna be. I don't know. Go raid Skilled Apple. Go. I'm going home. Sorry, guys.
All sorts of stuff happened here, and the reaction from the streamer said it all. He was in tears and on the verge of going insane, but fortunately, he made the right decision and put his mental state above the entertainment of his viewers. The only problem now is whether his landlord will see this reason as reasonable enough to let him leave the place earlier than expected, and he should do. Funerals are when you manage to capture people at their lowest points, and this is because these events are very depressing. Losing a loved one is mentally scarring for everybody, and hence why nobody is in a good mood at these events, but at least the majority are not haunted. The only thing that is worse than a funeral is a haunted one, and the attendees of the funeral that this clip came from would agree with this. Have a watch. The white balloon started to drift towards the wife of the man who died, and she almost sensed that it was her husband doing this. While the majority of the people at the funeral were given the creeps by this incident, she held the balloon close, knowing that it was likely her husband of 20 years, saying his final goodbyes. This would be why she broke down into even more tears. The following video took place very early in the morning at a convenience store that had absolutely no business being haunted. It was a super irrelevant store, and no form of spiritual events had ever been recorded there, making it the last place a gambler would put their money on being haunted. However, despite the odds being low, they were not at zero, and one day, while two members of staff were preparing to open the store for the day, they experienced this.
Nos encontramos aquí en mi trabajo. Al fondo se observa una cámara de refrigeración donde parte de la tarde se han estado abriendo y cerrando solitas las puertas. Hay momentos que se calma, pero de repente empiezan otra vez a abrirse y cerrarse. Me voy a mover para allá para ver de cerca a ver qué pasa. Nos vamos acercando a la cámara. Jorgito es uno de mis compañeros de aquí de trabajo. ¿Qué pasó, hijo? ¿Qué se cayó? Vean. Ahí ya empezaron a abrir también. Vean, observen. Híjole. Vamos a tratar de no acercarnos, Jorgito, porque... Vean cómo se están abriendo las puertas. Vamos a ver de aquel lado. Ahí se ve cómo se están abriendo y cerrando. Toda la tarde estaba pasando esto, y inclusive ya hay gente que se dio cuenta, clientes. Y híjole, la verdad sí es un poco temeroso. Ya le hablé a mi supervisor para que, vean, ya le hablé a mi supervisor para que observara, viniera a ver esto que está pasando. No me cree, pero digo, quedó de venir, hasta ahorita no ha venido. Y no nos hemos atrevido a ir a la parte de atrás en la cámara porque pues nos da un poco de temor, ¿no? Porque pues esto es algo sobrenatural. Pero vamos, Jorgito, allá atrás a ver qué pasa. Vean. Vamos a ver qué pasa. Vamos a arriesgarnos a ir. Vamos a arriesgarnos porque a ver qué pasa. Esta es la parte de la entrada de la cámara. Vamos a ver qué pasa. O sea, ahora sí que... Ay, dijo, no sé si oyeron. Jorgito, ve a ver, dijo. Mira. ¿Sí? Veamos qué pasa.
Strangely, the refrigerator doors continued to open and close themselves whilst they were being filmed, and it was almost as if they had a mind of their own. The two members of staff were freaked out by this for obvious reasons and immediately alerted their manager over text message. Unfortunately, their manager did not take this quote, excuse, and demanded that they continue working for the day or they would be fired from the job. Was the boss in the wrong? Let me know in the comments.